on the rise. And by the way, shout out to Jake and Ling Ling, two of the pre-local gods. I always see both of them placing super high at like whatever the Friday or Thursday event is before a major.
Yeah.
So clearly the grind before Glitch being no different from that. Either way, I see our two players have sat down. It is Shurky versus Naytro. Naytro, a name I'm definitely familiar with from the Smash 4 days. I think he used to main Olimar, although I might be thinking of somebody with a very similar tag. But either way, definitely an MDVA player. Not sure where Shurky is from, but of course, so many people in this bracket, just by nature of where we are going to be from MDVA. So I'd say it's a safe bet just to guess that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head. There was just so many people competing, especially like in early pools. And, you know, it's always like exciting just being able to like talk about players this early on. This is like a really good opportunity to give some people some spotlight. And little update from our producer, Shurky is from Kentucky.
Ooh, okay. Very nice to see a state like that represented because I feel like they don't get too much pop on the national level. So Kentucky versus MDVA, it's going to be Youngling versus Dark Pit. Not sure where Shurky is ranked in Kentucky. I'm actually going to look up the Kentucky PR right now just to see if this is a player that we've got to watch out for later in the bracket.
Ooh, I like how Naytro just like dashing back and forth, waiting just for that like one like poorly spaced dash attack. And look at all of this damage, 62% from one neutral win. That F tilt in the wrong direction. Not really sure what the intentionality was behind that. Maybe just a slight misinput, but 88% and climbing off of just getting one hit. Shurky just needs to find a way to be able to get some space for themselves.
Okay, don't see Shurky on the Kentucky PR, but you know what? Everybody starts somewhere. So credit to a potentially newer player coming out to Glitch. And you got to get that experience in majors or else, you know, stuff like that first stock, you want to change that. You want to leave that in the past. So credit to Shurky for coming out here and getting that experience.
And again, Naytro with all of these conversions, it seems like every single time Shurky's only getting like the occasional stray hit, right? Like a late hit neutral, while Naytro's...
Ooh, the push-off pratfall. Okay, Naytro.
That was kind of hot. That was cool.
Yeah, and knowing to jab block with the downer on the platform, that is some advanced tech right there. I feel like I barely even see top level players go for that push-off.
Yeah, like just having the character knowledge to know that your spike is not strong enough to actually pop them up and to keep them in that jab block at that percent. I mean, that was just like really good, clean stuff. So Naytro is kind of cooking right now. Shurky's going to have to pull a fast one if they want like a chance here.
Yeah, almost double lapped so far. This is looking pretty rough for Shurky here, but Naytro, I mean, definitely a player who's been at it for a couple years. Cannot be too upset going up against a veteran like this and kind of getting beat down in the beginning. Yeah, the double lap now past the percent that Naytro is at, almost closing out the game at the back here. Not quite. Let's see what Shurky can do with this ledge trap, if anything.
And that was like the drag down floater. That was the fair one that could have converted into the down tilt. And then Shurky just kind of like dropped the ball on it a little bit.
Love that Guardian Orbiters there from Naytro coming back. He saw that the boomerang was on the way, right? And unlike any other reflector in the game, the Orbiters will protect you from normals as well. So sending the boomerang back, blocking the forward air, eventually right after that taking the game. Very clean stuff. And Naytro just looking, you know, very polished in that first game.
Yeah, that was just all Naytro. Shurky was not able to do a lot of Youngling stuff ultimately, right? Not a whole lot of failure one drag downs, not a lot of down angled boomerangs. It seemed like Shurky could never actually find a jump in. Naytro was consistently winning all of these first interactions and then just able to convert it into so much damage, constantly positioning themselves just outside of, you know, the range that Shurky could kind of press a button out of disadvantage for him. So Shurky just got to play like a little bit safer and just really has to make sure that their execution's a little bit more on point with some of these hits.
Yeah, also, despite what you might see on a tier list, I feel like most people kind of think Youngling is a better character than Dark Pit. But this matchup seems very hard. I mean, you're outranged in sword-to-sword combat. Pit has a reflector. Pit has projectiles of his own as well. So it kind of feels like this might be a little bit stacked against Youngling, though, of course, you have to see the matchup at the top level to really make a judgment on that. And these are two very underplayed characters.
Oh, almost getting the fire area into the neutral air, but once again, just like maybe jumping a little bit too early. You have to like dash a little bit to actually like execute that. Now Naytro stuck at the ledge. What's going to be Shurky's play here? And ends up backing off a little bit. However, definitely going to pay off. Being able to confidently throw out a floater like that to the center stage. So difficult to contest.
Yeah, like in the sword play here, I think Shurky was relying a little bit too much on projectiles in game 1. Again, the pits, they have 2 reflectors, not even just 1, and some big sword normals to flank them out, but wow, the forward smash is so ridiculously strong on this character.
It's also down in City, right? So you're going to be dying off the side super soon, and now Naytro has Shurky in a nasty position. Such a good up tilt as an anti-air. Oh my goodness, that's it.
Naytro firing back after taking a little bit of a deficit in the first stock. It's just been all about him.
Naytro wanted a footstool. Did you see that? Naytro jumped down there. He was like, yo, I'm trying to go for a little bit of style here. Ends up just eating it up, smash just like that. Shurky is able to take the first stock. But once again, this is looking a little bit like game 1.
Yeah, Naytro bullying kids out here. He's just a boy. No reason to jump on his head on the way down. But it is still a very solid stock lead here. Going to see that up B. Response to some pressure here. Okay. Shurky's starting to cook just a little bit, adding some percent. But we need to see more than just damage here to close the gap.
And now Naytro, look how they're just positioning themselves, dashing in so safely, just a lot of retreating back hills as well. Shurky is not able to get in here and constantly jumping from ledge. Naytro is doing a really good job of adapting to that, calling those out. This reaction ledge trapping is honestly excellent.
Stuck in the ledge here. Okay, Shurky gonna throw the boomerang, try to create some space. And just the down throw into back air. It is not... Actually, I don't know. That looked like it was a true combo at that percent.
I saw the DI. That was definitely like hold in DI to be able to compensate.
No, you go straight up if you hold in on Pit's down throw. So, yeah, that actually looked like correct DI. I don't know.
I wanna just see this like one more time, right? So, well, at this point,
may have also been no DI, but definitely not like right in front of Dark Pit. So I don't know. You could be right, Dara. We'll see in the frame by frame. But either way, of course, Pit's down throw does combo into his aerials, and it's just a matter of like, is the percent threshold correct? What am I looking at?
That's the DI line. So that's the blue DI line.
Oh, wow.
I'm like 99% sure. I believe that's how it functions. Where you can tell which direction a person is going to be going. There's like an SDI line and a DI
I know
line.
what you mean, yeah.
And that like kind of tells you. So it seems like Shurky was just like holding straight up. And then just ended up eating a back kick for it. But then again, had you DI'd out, you're on Town and City, you could have died to Pit's F throw. Because that's like one of the few characters that has like a, pretty reasonable forward throw that kills. So it's like a really like tense position.